This is episode 1 of Crimes in Under 5 Minutes. This podcast, we go over crimes in under 5 minutes. Today, we're going to be talking about a very creepy case. Her name is Nannie Doss, and she was also known as the Giggling Granny. Nannie Doss was born November 4th in 1905 in Blue Mountain, Alabama. In Nannie's childhood, she grew up with an abusive and controlling father who forced Nannie and her sisters to work on the farm instead of going to school. They weren't allowed to attend dances, wear makeup. Generally, they just weren't allowed to have fun. When Nannie was just 7, she suffered a serious head injury during a train ride. What happened was she was thrown forward and hit her head on a metal bar. After that, she began experiencing headaches, blackouts, mood swings, symptoms that would just last for years. During her teenage years, she found an escape in romance novels, magazines, newspaper love columns. She would often dream about having the perfect husband, which is just crazy because of what she became. So Nannie Doss's main method of killing was poison. She mostly used arsenic and rat poison mixed in food or drinks. She poisoned all her meals, basically pies, coffee, cake. What this would do was the victim would end up vomiting, stomach pain, and have weakness, and they would die over usually about 7 days, which made it look like natural causes. She killed 4 of her 5 husbands, 2 of her own children, her mother, her 2 sisters, a mother-in-law, and even her infant grandson. Some were just killed for life insurance payouts, when the others were just killed simply because Nannie felt annoyed or bored with them. In one case, she said her husband wouldn't let her watch TV, so she poisoned his coffee. And what's really creepy about this case specifically is that she completely, acted normal. Like, she would be joking around with neighbors, she'd bake cakes, attend funerals, just acting normal with her neighbors. So how she got caught was her final victim was her last husband, Samuel Doss. He died in 1954 when he had been hospitalized with food poisoning. He ended up surviving and came home eating a pie that Nannie had baked, and then shortly died afterwards. Doctors were suspicious of this and decided to do an autopsy, and they ended up finding huge levels of arsenic, and she was arrested soon after. When questioned and interviewed, Nannie just ended up giggling and laughing through her entire confession, joking about the men who just got on her nerves. She showed absolutely no remorse and even said killing them gave her peace. In 1955, she was sentenced to life in prison. She died of leukemia in 1965 after spending 10 years behind bars. Some interesting facts about this case are that Nannie found most of her victims, especially husbands, through lonely heart ads in newspapers, and she laughed during her confessions, and that's how she gained the nickname the Giggling Granny. She blamed her crimes on bad marriages and in search for true love. Her favorite murder methods included tainted coffee, poisoned stews, and cake laced with rat poison. She once said that the only husband she regretted killing was Samuel Doss, her last husband. She regretted this because he was kind to her. Honestly, Nannie Doss isn't really what people picture when they think of a serial killer, so this case was really something else. On the outside, she just looked like a sweet grandmother who was very kind to her neighbors and made baked pies. So Thanks for listening to Crimes of 5. These are some episodes to remember. Don't forget to listen to episode 2. Bye!